Hello, I am here with the lovely Ashlie Skye. Would you like to introduce yourself for everyone who is new?
I am Ashlie Skye. I'm a singer-songwriter. We're here at my EP release show, and that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it. I like to start by asking everyone when I do a backstage interview the journey to where you are here today. So what steps did you take sort of growing up? How's your life sort of looked like to get you to where you are right now?
It's been like just years and years of pushing through self-doubt. Do you want me to look at the camera?
You can do whatever you want.
Okay.
If you wanna.
Just years of pushing through self-doubt and like doing shows where no one comes, and like also I feel like the biggest part of my journey has been trying to connect with other musicians. That has really like not propelled my career in a sense, but like given me something to see and look at that is what I want to do and how other people are doing it, and like just inserting myself in the community has made the wheels like turn so much faster for me. So that's my big piece of advice, even though that wasn't your question, but my advice is just like insert yourself to the community.
And like jumping back even further from that, what would you say is like your first like memory of music, your first thing? Not even that necessarily made you want to like go into music, but the first time you sort of remember music being a thing.
I remember my parents would go out for a cigarette and they would play the City of Angels soundtrack on CD, and they would always leave the house when Iris was playing because I think it was just too much of a sad song for them. And I would stay in the house and turn it up, and I would do like a little ballet dance, and I was so like in my own world. I knew no one was looking because my parents were just having a conversation outside. I remember that song made me feel so much, even though I was 8 and had nothing to relate to it. And I was like, even then I was like, I have to make music.
Is there any other sort of major influences or inspirations that you've come across?
Hannah Montana, High School Musical, Taylor Swift,
Nice.
Avril Lavigne.
All the pop girls.
Yeah.
Your EP, Strange Heart, came out like 5 days ago. I'm lost on what day of the week we're on.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Last week. How's it been? How's it finally been out in the world?
It's been really beautiful. I feel like it's come at the same time as like me forming a band. So this whole week that it's come out, we've been rehearsing a lot, and so I've just basically been playing the EP live for the first time in the way it was intended to be played. So it just feels really like everything came together at the right time.
And how would you say the EP is like intended to feel to people? Like if there's a word, if you even intended, I guess maybe you made the music without any intention there, but
I want it to be like the first thing people play in the morning in the shower. I really want it to be like a reflection of a silver lining over someone's life. Like there are really hard things going on, like I'm going through a breakup or friendship breakup, or I'm struggling with my parents' relationship, or like I know my relationship's going to come to an end, or like, you know, I need to figure out a way to find self-love. Like I want there to be a track for all of those versions of love on this EP, so, you know, you can wake up and be like, what do I need? If it's like, I need to go out and see what I'm missing, it's day one. If it's like, I need to figure out how to like be by myself and learn how to love myself, it's not drinking anymore. If it's like, I need to call my mum today and it's going to be hard, it's burn. Do you know what I mean? So I want it to be like a little bit of a guidebook to all the versions of love in your life.
And these songs have like existed for quite a while, if I'm right.
Yeah,
there.
long.
How, when you were then forming that track list, was there a method to how you ordered that, like formed that together? Because obviously you say each one has very sort of specific.
I Love You Too had to be at the end because it was a goodbye. Not Drinking More had to be at the start because it was self-love, and that's like the top most important one. And then the rest of them, it was just about like sonics, like what went into each other the best, like what end sounded better with the beginning. But yeah, it happened such a long time ago that I don't really remember. But yeah.
And I want to talk a little bit about the visuals of the EP. For me, as a listener, I feel like what I see from you is that there's so much balance of the importance of the song and the visuals. They seem to be very like equally weighted.
Yeah.
If we start by talking about the Day One music video, if you just want to talk a little bit about the creation behind that.
It was about like that feeling that I get most summers where I come out of like my winter thing where it's like meditation, yoga, spinning class, blah, 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 not going out, focusing on myself. And then June or like May comes around and I start going out more, and I start like my routine starts going to the wind, and it's the feeling of like, ooh, this can be healing too. This like throwing yourself into community and not having a routine and saying yes to everything, that can also be healing. And so I wanted to make a music video that was telling that story, you know.
Lovely. And then another sort of point out one for me, standout, should I say, was the Not Drinking Anymore cover art. I think that was really cool. Do you want to explain a little bit for anyone? I'll put a picture in, but if you want to talk a little bit about shooting that.
I went to school for animation, and so I used to be obsessed with animation, and I'm like very, I don't want to say I'm very skilled, but I'm very skilled in like visual effects. It's what I do a lot in my spare time. So I wanted to make something that was showcasing that, and it was basically like kind of a POV on my neighbor in the summertime, seeing all these different versions of me, like the going out me, the not drinking anymore me, the day one me, the like I love you too me. So there's like 4 of me, and I think the front one is the one that me lying on the floor is not drinking anymore. The one me like running through the trees is day one, and like they're all different versions of me on the EP. And so I wanted to just create something cunty.
So cool. The Burn video that your most recent one, I guess.
Yeah.
Was that an idea that you think you always had from you first writing that song?
Yeah.
Yeah, you always wanted to do that.
Yeah.
How was it?
I knew that I had to play it for her at some point, and I was like, might as well get a little video out of it. Do you know what I mean? Content. My mum used to be a model, so she's very like, she's not camera shy, and I'm not camera shy, and so I knew it would be like a really special moment to just have forever, and also just take some lovely pictures for us together, because I know my dad is going to blow up, like absolute billboard style, and like wallpaper it to the wall. And yeah, I knew I love immortalizing things forever. I know I'm going to look back on that when I'm 80 and be like, God, I'm so glad I did that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Lovely. And if there was any song on the EP that you could put into a TV show or film, is there one that you think?
Day one.
Is there any sort of thing that you can think of that you'd want it in? Picture a scenario.
Oh my God, that's such a hard question. You know, I'm not even really watching anything these days. I just like stare at a wall at nighttime. I can imagine it in something like About Time at the end, or like something that's like a very coming of age thing.
Yeah.
I would actually see it as like a credits song. Like the credits roll and it's like, everyone you know. Yeah, I would love that.
Lovely.
Maybe in the new Hunger Games movie.
And when you are creating, writing, sort of in the process of making a project, what would you say are like the top 3 most important things for you in that process?
Songwriting, they all exist. They all have to exist in the same world, but they all have to not be boring, like the same thing over and over again. That's the hardest one for me. And then visuals, low key, because I just feel like we're all such visual people now, and it like really, like sometimes I'll see someone's visuals and it gives me context of the music, and it literally allows me to enjoy the music more, because I'm like, I know what you're trying to get me to feel. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely. Tonight we are doing your EP. I say we as if I'm coming on.
You are.
So we're doing your EP release show.
Yeah.
So we are at the Rose and Crown. How are you feeling about tonight?
We were just doing sound check, and I had a little cry last night, because I was just like there's just like a little girl in me that's like, I just get to play with a full band, and I get to play songs I wrote, and like I feel electric. I just feel like alive. Like I love music. I love my band. Like we've just gotten so close over the past couple of weeks, and we just like so honest with each other and giggling all the time, and I just feel like a happy girl. I could cry.
Is there a song you're most excited to play tonight?
Give Me It All. It's a new one. I really like that one.
For any reason?
It's like my next project is going to be a real combination of like things that I don't think people are going to expect. It's going to be kind of, I shouldn't probably say this yet, but it's going to be a little bit emo and a little bit gospel. And I'm going to try and, well, I am blending those things together, and Give Me It All is like a taste of that like gospel feeling, church. I'm going to take you all to church.
And earlier in the interview, you referenced like the importance of community and building.
Yeah.
You've done some paintings and got some prints for tonight. Do you want to talk a little bit about the creation process of that, and sort of what made you want to do that?
I painted a scene from a writing retreat that I went to in Vienna, where we went and there was like a bunch of strangers, 8 or 10 strangers, and we wrote songs together for a week. And I was nervous going into it, and we left all just like so in love with each other. And every evening after dinner and after a day of making music, we would just go back into the music room and like jam and play songs to each other. And that painting was just a screen capture of one of those moments where we were all just like kind of locked into each other's instruments. And I felt like the most magic I've ever felt in my life. Like I really felt like my heart just cracked open. I was like, this is exactly where I belong. And so, yeah, that's gonna be a thing I start doing now. I'm gonna try and make a big piece for every headline show I do, and the merch will be prints.
Lovely, very nice. And what can we expect next? Like, what are your priorities going forward?
Ooh, energy. The next music's gonna have energy and lots of life. And I'm gonna do lots of live stuff. I wanna do lots of live videos and do different takes on my own music and try and get choirs involved and my friends and do videos in like cool random places and stuff like that. But yeah.
Very cool. Excited to see it all. Would you like to just point everyone towards your social medias and streaming?
Yeah, so on Instagram, everywhere I'm just Ashlie Skye, Ashlie, Skye with an E at the end. Ashlie Skye. I've got a new EP that just came out. It's called Strange Heart, and it's really good, and you should listen to it.